Democracy died in Hong Kong today. 23 years ago on this day, British rule over Hong Kong ended. The city was handed over to China. And this was the day China chose to kill Hong Kong as the world knows it. Today, China has driven the final nail in that coffin. It has killed the autonomy of Hong Kong. But this story is not just about one city. It's about a country that is delegitimizing democracy, choking one city to challenge the democratic global order. This is no longer an internal affair of China. By killing the rights of the people of Hong Kong, China is taking aim at the very idea of democracy, and this is something that the whole world should challenge. First, let me tell you what happened in Hong Kong today. It was day one of the controversial national security law. Day one of a nightmare that is just beginning to unravel. The law was conceived in secrecy. It was passed on Tuesday. The city's lawmakers and its people had virtually no say in a law that will change their lives forever. This security law is basically a law to ban protests. China could not curb Hong Kong's protesters, so it made protest a criminal offense, something that can earn you a lifetime in jail. The law has led to the setting up of a vast security apparatus in Hong Kong. The control switch is in the hands of Beijing, so China can now crack down on anyone at will. It can target people who demand democratic rights. It can intervene in Hong Kong's legal system. It can bring dissidents to mainland China and put them through trial where a conviction is assured and penalties are harsh. Why do we say this? Because the conviction rate in China is 99.9%, almost 100%. If you are arrested in China, you're going to be found guilty. On the first day of the new law being imposed, China has already arrested more than 300 people in Hong Kong. Effectively, Beijing has imposed the rule of the Communist Party on Hong Kong. How is the city taking it? Not very well, and that's an understatement. There were protests against the law that bans protests. Thousands gathered for the annual pro-democracy rally. They defied bans and warnings. The police, now empowered by the new law, moved swiftly to stop them. Like I said, more than 300 protesters have been arrested. The rest had to face water cannons, tear gas and pepper spray. How is the world responding to China's choking of Hong Kong? 27 countries, 27, have spoken against China. 27 countries have told the United Nations that China must reconsider the Hong Kong law. They have released a joint statement. It was put before the United Nations Human Rights Council. As always, the United States remains China's harshest critic. Today, U.S. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo slammed the new law again, but America is backing up its words with action too. Visa restrictions are being imposed on those responsible for the crackdown in Hong Kong. Defense exports to the region are being curbed.
Free Hong Kong was one of the world's most stable, prosperous, and dynamic cities. Now it will be just another communist-run city where its people will be subject to the party elite's whims. It's sad.
What is China's response to all of this? I'm sure you can imagine. China is telling the world, this is none of your business. The world's biggest transgressor and violator of borders is accusing others of foreign interference.
Hong Kong matters are China's internal affair. Foreign forces should not interfere. The legislation of the national security law belongs to our national jurisdiction. China's National People's Congress established and completed the system and mechanism based on regulations from China's constitution and the Hong Kong Basic Law, and is filed in the loopholes for Hong Kong's national security. This law is a necessary measure taken to effectively protect national sovereignty and also a fundamental solution to ensure the stability of the one country, two systems.
China has filled loopholes in Hong Kong, he says. Another notable defender of the dragon is Carrie Lam, the chief executive of Hong Kong, China's chief player in Hong Kong, the leader who's been accused of killing her city. The pro-democracy protest had weakened her. The new law has strengthened her hand. She attended the anniversary celebrations of Hong Kong's return to China. She was seen raising a toast alongside other officials. Of course, this is a time for her to celebrate. The security law has made Carrie Lam politically relevant again. Needless to say, she has backed Beijing's stand and accused the critics of double standards.
I would rather not to be able to arrest or prosecute anybody if everybody abides by the law. The purpose of this piece of legislation is not just to punish, it is also to deter people from committing such serious offenses as secession, subverting the state power, terrorist activities, and so on and so on.
This new law has been passed at record speed. China unveiled it just 40 days ago. Even before it came into effect, its impact began to show. Multiple political parties have been disbanded in Hong Kong. Shops in the city removed. Anti-China paraphernalia. Those who spoke out against Beijing on social media began cleaning up their profiles. The PLA garrison in Hong Kong conducted military drills yesterday. Exercises were conducted on land, at sea and in the air. China made the security law to bring the region under its thumb. But the repercussions of this law will go way beyond China.